Hey YouTube, JM Lifts here with another book review. This book is actually part of a ongoing series of volumes, and this was an actual, as you can see it states here, magazine. There was many of these published by Eugen Sandow. Originally it was published under the name Physical Culture Magazine, which he then renamed to Sandows Magazine. But again, as you guys can see, this isn't an actual magazine, it's a hardcover book. But this is said to be the first bodybuilding magazine of all time. To those who don't know who Eugen Sandow is, the guy on the cover of the book here, he was born Frederick Muller in 1867. He had a really short life, but an impactful life. He died in 1925. So just in his 50s, he passed away. So from that, he was a German bodybuilder and showman. He trained under Professor Attila, whose real name was Ludwig Durlacher. Now, Professor Attila taught Eugen Sandow how to work out, and in turn, years later, Eugen Sandow created a workout system called the Sandow system, which he actually published a few books on. In 1889, he traveled to London with Professor Attila, and under his guidance, he beat the reigning champion in strongman competitions easily. It wasn't even a hard thing for him to do, man. He made it seem so easy. This was a guy that was just on a whole new level from everybody else. So in 1898, he founded this magazine, Sandows Magazine of Physical Culture. Again, it was Physical Culture, and then he renamed it to this. It was a few years later he added in British Sports, just to keep the readers interested. He published many books between 1897 and 1904, while publishing the magazines as well. And another known fact, which is awesome, in 1901 he organized what is believed to be the first bodybuilding competition. And even today, if you guys look up the competitions that go around, all the bodybuilding competitions, Mr. Olympias, they hand out the Sandow trophies. Just a cool little fact that a lot of people don't know. Eugen Sandow has been known to create the first competition, and up to this day, up to now, the trophies of him. So I'm going to flip this book open here and let you guys see. This is really cool because, first off, I want to show you, this is from the year 1902. July to December. He had him running for a few months. July, August, September, October, November. So it was a 5-month issue. And as you guys can see, I'm going to flip through towards the back. Like magazines nowadays, it might be like, 50 pages. 50, 60 maximum. His one, or his issues, they ran up to be 400 plus pages. This is 472. You got guys in here posing, notes of the month, pictures of guys posing with their chest, waist, hips, all their measurements. More posing. There was some wrestling shown inside these magazines. Looks like they talk about styles and how to perform them styles. They have athletes in here from Scotland. Some hints on forward play. Looks like we're jumping into football. So yeah, it was a football team a few pages prior to that. More flexing. So this wasn't just fitness. This was also sports. But again, his first issues for the first few years, it didn't include British sports. It was focused merely on fitness. But again, to keep people interested, he was an entrepreneur at the most, man. Like, he really knew what the people wanted. And he had this running for years on end. You have a bicyclist here posing for pictures, popping wheelies. It's pretty cool. Gymnastics. Feats of gymnastics. Let's see. Physical education. There's Sandow flexing for you. There's actual articles in here by Eugen Sandow as well, as you guys can see. Hints from Sandow in editorial chat. Athletics in the city. Let's see what we got going on here. Here's something kind of cool. Sandow competition for October. So they asked that the child's name and full address and date of birth must be written plainly in the back of each photo. You're able to send in pictures of your child, and they actually gave out prizes to the most developed child. That's where you're jumping into the pictures here. We have a young kid here posing. That is awesome. Award for September. You got this youngster here that has won that one. See, back in these days, even the young kids were working out. Nowadays, they're playing Fortnite and video games. Physical fitness has been lost, man. That's why I am so intrigued by these old books. Sandow was way ahead of his time, as you guys can see. More notes of the month. Just kind of flicking through and letting you guys see. You guys can look up Sandows Magazine online, and you can find a lot of these for around $100. Depends on where you're from. There's Sandow. Let me go back to that and show you guys a picture of Sandow posing here. One of his classic poses. Physical culture versus military drills. Just wanted to flick you guys through, give you a little history on Eugen Sandow. I mean, this is something you'll never see in a bodybuilding magazine today, or any magazine for that matter. It's a girl posing nude for the competition. Dolly Levy, aged 10 years old. Picture from September 30th, 1902. Doing the bicep pose. Alright guys, so that's the gist of this here. If you guys do find interest in this magazine, leave your comment below. Give me a thumbs up and I will be posting more content like this. I'm a big fan of Sandow and his work, and if you guys want to see some more, let me know and I'll be sure to post some more great content like so. Alright folks, until next time.